And 5, 4.
Wait, really quick. Do you want to read me the questions first?
Oh, yeah.
This is reminding me how thankful I am for AC.
Do you have a favorite outdoor place?
I do. My favorite outdoor place is the little trails that lead us to this park. They connect in my neighborhood and they reach out to a whole handful of other neighborhoods. It's like this little network of trails, but that's my favorite place outside.
Why do you think it's so special to you?
I think it's so special because I've shared so many fond and not so fond memories on the trails. I've been living at my house for, the better part of my life, over half of my life. So I have spent so much time of my very formative years on these trails and the years, I guess, following. I had a lot of deep talks, a lot of arguments on the trails, and whenever I walk on them, I think about the trails have seen me through so many phases of my life, and I have also gotten to witness the trails in those phases. And the current phase I am in and that the trails are in, I think that we are coming together.
Aww. It's really beautiful.
Thank you.
How does being in nature affect your stress levels or mental clarity?
I feel like being in nature brings me a greater sense of mental clarity. I like to think of being in nature as being grounding. I don't love grounding as in taking off my shoes and feeling the dirt between my toes, but sometimes I'll like to lay in the grass and just breathe with the breeze, and I can feel my stress melting down a little bit, because when I'm outside, when I am in nature, everything just becomes a lot more simple. It's the breeze is making the trees flow, I'm breathing along with that, the birds are flying by because that's what they do. Nothing has to have a complex explanation. It's just me and my surroundings.
You previously mentioned that the trails have seen you through all phases of your lives, and you said you spent arguments and deep talks on the trail. Do you think being in nature during these, I would say,
conversations?
Yeah. How did nature affect that? Did you notice like your fights weren't as bad, or did you feel that the nature around you kind of helped you through these deep talks?
I do think that being in nature made the deep talks deeper, and the arguments, they were a little bit more free. Whatever was said on the trails, it didn't come back outside of them to leave any bad blood. And I think because the trails are a very neutral space, not one person has ownership of them, it allows for, if you're having an argument, it's a neutral space and your words can travel a little bit further. If you need to say something and get it off your chest, you can yell that stuff into the forest, and the trees are going to be the only ones who hear you. On the other hand, if you are having a really deep talk, nobody's gonna laugh at you. Nobody's gonna listen to what you're saying and think that it's wrong or it's stupid, because the trees are the only ones listening. And the trees have heard so many conversations. The trees have seen so many kids riding their bikes, people walking their dogs, people on their fitness journey going for a run. The trees are not there to judge. And I think that whenever I'm in a place such as the trails where all the trees are around me, even if I'm alone, I'm talking to them. They are a witness, but they are a very silent one. They're not judging, they're not telling anyone else what you're saying.
So you would say you feel safe in nature?
I definitely do.
Okay. Well, that's a beautiful thing to experience as a human, and it's probably one of the most human experiences we have in this life.
Yeah. So everyone get up and go hug a tree.